Hey,
Top of the evening. Cheers to that. Don't forget about that.
Oh.
There you go.
We are J Squared with a special guest, Jaleesa, who wants to make this J Cubed, and in order for that to happen, she has to commit to coming here every week.
To the one episode.
Listen, she has a commitment and she has to meet those requirements in order to be part of J Squared.
So I guess she has to work hard?
Basically, you have to show
and come to the first meeting.
Anyways, today we are going to be discussing some topics. So first we're going to introduce ourselves.
Yes, introduce yourself.
I am Jasmine, A.K.A ScreamGiggles on Instagram, A.K.A Nothing But Jazz Beats, A.K.A Nothing But Jazz Catering. I have a lot going on, as you can see.
Very interesting.
Really? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Talk about yourself now. Go ahead.
Who's next?
You.
I'm Jaleesa. Jaleesa.xo on Instagram. And that's about it.
Interesting.
Okay. Your turn.
My name is Justin Rosa. I'm from Middletown, New York. And my Instagram name is JussHollywood, and that's what I go by. So if you call me Justin, I won't answer.
Oh, interesting. Let's just get into a little background about what we do. So I'm a food blogger, and I'm also working on opening up my own catering business.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just live life.
She lives life. And what do you do?
Yeah, I just can't. Okay. I do modeling. I'm doing a reality show at the moment. And I do fitness.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna get into it. We have some topics to talk about. Today we're gonna be talking about falling in love too quickly, the pros and the cons of it, and we're also going to talk about fraudulence. Frauds.
So let's talk about fraudulence first.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So what exactly do you guys feel about fraudulent? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I feel if somebody's not 100% honest, if they don't come to you, you know, with a mutual understanding, if they are a liar, then they're a fraud. And that's just that. If you just lie about your life, you lie about everything, you on Instagram showing different things
that you got it going on and really you don't. That's okay, I can see that.
There's a lot of people out there who be doing it for the gram, doing it for social media, trying to keep up with a lifestyle that
also
they can't
people
afford.
that smile in your face acting like they're cool with
definitely.
you and really they're not. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fake people in this world.
There is. I mean, really, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think about frauds? Like, what do you define a fraud?
It's just a generic question.
You
can't
gotta
really
speak louder.
I mean, have you ever dealt with a fraud
That's
person?
a generic question.
Nobody's supposed to know that there's a mic there. I'm gonna have to edit this video.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Have you ever dealt with a fraud person in your life?
I think everybody has.
Let's talk about a time where you dealt with a fraud and you had to cut them out your life or something like that.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had to cut anybody. I mean, I've cut a lot of people out of my life. I mean, okay, so let's start with you first.
You know, I feel like throughout my life, my 23 and a half years of living, I've dealt with a lot of frauds, and I've had to cut off a lot of frauds for many reasons. Excuse me. Sorry.
Excuse you.
Gotta go.
There's been times.
Don't do it again.
This is such a boring topic. I gotta go.
No, it's not.
This is so boring. It's putting me to sleep.
This is why we're J Squared, not J Cubed. Goodbye.
Yeah.
This is.
Catch me next show.
She's not coming on the next show. It's over for her.
She just stepped off on us.
Well, that shows you she's not ever gonna be part of J squared. Julissa, get out the way.
Excuse me?
Move your big self out the
But
way. Move.
we have so much more to talk about.
Anyways,
Like,
let's just talk, me and you,
okay,
because we're done here.
Ready?
There's been a lot of times where I had to cut off people who just weren't worthy of being in my life.
Do we have any specific names?
I don't say names, okay? But I will say...
Can you give me an example? I would like to know this kind of information.
Listen, we're not even gonna go that deep. But what I will say is...
What would you say?
I know a lot of people who try to keep up with a lifestyle that they can't afford. A lifestyle that...
Like who?
Listen, we're not going into detail.
I mean, let's get a little messy real quick.
No.
Let's get, you know.
We're not getting messy today. Maybe another day. But I know people who post on Instagram fake money, acting like they're rich. I know people who lie about their lifestyle, and I just know a lot of frauds. And I try to stay clear of them, but they just always find me. I don't know. I don't know if I attract frauds or if frauds are attracted to me.
So, who did you date that was a fraud?
Everybody I've ever dated was a fraud.
Everybody.
Every single person.
Oh, I was about to say a name.
You're not saying any names on here.
Oh, I was about to say,
people,
huh?
So I've dated a lot of people.
So why do you think that they were? Because they faked who they were.
A lot of people I know fake who they are, and it's just like all I ask is for honesty from people. And I feel like that's not a lot to ask for. So if I ask you for honesty, you should be 100% with me from the get-go. If I find out anything different, I'm not going to look at you the same. I'm not going to trust you the same. I'm not going to deal with you the same. Like, you're going to be dealt with accordingly. And that's just how it's going to be.
Interesting. Right.
So let's talk about you and your experience.
I will say this. I just feel like that when it comes to people that are frauds, I just feel like when people smile in your face, acting like everything is all cool and that they're really there for you and this and that or whatever, and then it's like when they're really not there for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're just there to just see your downfalls.
That's a lot. Oh, I know a lot of people like that.
And it's like, I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, what's the point?
People be so infatuated with your life. And sometimes I be feeling like people be hating so bad and they want to live your life so badly that they want to stick around to see your downfall.
But it's like, for what? It's like, what's the point?
I think that's an insecurity thing. I think a lot of people in this world...
I think because they see that you have the potential to be something and they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they want to stick around just to make sure you don't get to that point.
Yeah, that's definitely...
You know what I'm saying? Like, it only makes sense.
Like, also, I go off of energy a lot. So if I feel like your energy is off, to me, I'm gonna automatically like put you on the back burner because I don't really like. I go off of energy, and I really think energy is real.
Right.
So if I get a bad vibe from you, I'm gonna automatically like distance myself from you. I'm not gonna be mean. I don't have to be mean. I feel like I'm a very nice person, but I know energy. I can feel energy, and when I feel bad vibes from somebody, I stay clear because I don't need any bad energy in my life. Like, that's just plain.
I mean, that's how I feel too. I don't need no bad energy in my life as well, but it's just like, it's like at the end of the day, you don't know who's genuine with you.
You really don't.
You really don't.
I've known people for years. People who I thought were my friends for years. And I mean, I used to call them family. I used to, you know, be at these people's houses every day, sleeping over, calling them mom, calling
Calling
their
them what?
mom's mom, calling their mom's mom, and it just turns out that these people were not genuinely happy for me. They were not really looking out for me.
But it's like, again, for what? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, what's the point?
I think when people are miserable, they want to see you miserable.
But it's like, again, it's just, for what? Like, I don't get it.
That's just how the world turns.
You see, because one thing about me is that I don't hate on nobody. I always wish everybody the best. Like, if I don't like you, you're gonna know I don't like you. I don't got time to be sticking around, fucking acting like I know somebody. Acting like I like somebody just to see their downfalls. If you're doing good, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's you. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
And I'm all about seeing people win. So, it really breaks my heart when people don't want to see me win. Like they will do anything in their power to see me lose. And that to me is really just
pretty much, yeah.
It's kind of disturbing, especially if I'm close to the person and I think that they're my friend and they're rooting for me, but really they're rooting for me to have a downfall. That to me is scary because it's like, who do I trust? I don't really know. Like, I just feel like people are weird. People are very weird nowadays, and
people
you really
are
don't
weird.
know who to trust.
Yep, you don't. You sure don't. And people are just kind of like disgusting. So yeah. So okay, so I think we kind of like got over with the fraudulence.
Yeah, let's move on to the falling in love thing.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so do you want to start it off?
You know what? I'm gonna let you start it off.
Okay, so this is how I feel about people that fall in love too quickly. I feel like, personally, I feel like people that fall in love too quickly, and tell me if I'm wrong, kind of like, everybody makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it too. I was young, and I was talking to somebody, and we actually never met in person. We was talking on, I think like Instagram, and we was talking for a couple months, and we both said I love you, but I was mad young. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as a grown adult, if you are only talking to somebody for like a month, maybe even 2 months, I don't see how you can love somebody that. I just don't see it.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't. I really don't. Like, listen. I don't. Because I'm just like, I feel like you have to go through things to get to love somebody.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. Like I just feel that way. Like, I just don't know how you can love somebody just from fucking looking at them.
All right. So let me talk on this.
I just don't believe that.
I think there's a difference between feeling a vibe with somebody and loving somebody. And I feel like a lot of times we get confused with feeling a vibe and falling in love.
Some people that want the love so bad will say I love you, but really deep down inside you don't love them. You just really like them.
Sometimes I feel like that could be an insecurity thing as well, because I feel like
some people really think that too.
Crave love so badly that they will make themselves believe that they love somebody.
Yes.
And I can definitely say that I don't fall in love a lot. I've only fell in love maybe a few times. And I'm not even gonna say fully in love. I'm just gonna say I want to say that when I was young, I thought I was in love. As I grew older, I realized that not everybody has the things that require me to love them. And I feel like when I get in my feelings, I may feel strongly about the person, but feeling strongly about somebody and loving somebody is two different things.
It is. It very much is. And people need to know how to use it. People need to know what to say.
And you have to really know somebody to love them. And if you don't know them,
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna find out things along the line that maybe you're like, oh no, I'm not with this, or I'm not with that, and you're gonna be like, I don't love this person.
I mean, do you strongly believe if it's like a month or two to love somebody?
No, I don't say a month or two. I can say possibly,
because that's not enough time.
I could say possibly 4 months, maybe 5. But 1 or 2 is too soon. I really feel like it's too soon because you don't know the person. And if you guys were not friends before, you definitely don't know the person.
You don't know the person.
And being a friend with somebody and being in a relationship with somebody is 2 different things. You can be a friend with somebody for years and then be in a relationship with them, and you will see a whole different side of them.
Yep.
So I mean, it really varies. I feel like there have been people who have fell in love very quickly, and they lasted. But it's very rare. I feel like we really don't know who we're dealing with until we get into it with them.
We don't.
Like, you can be with somebody for years and not know who they are. Like, I feel
like you really get to know somebody when you're living with them.
That's true.
I really do think that.
Like, I've been in a relationship. My last relationship was 2.5 years, and I feel like I didn't really know who the person was. Like, I feel like the whole time they were being a fraud. They might have felt this certain way in the beginning, but towards the middle and the end, they weren't feeling that same way, and they were putting on this front like they were. And my thing is, if you lose feelings for somebody, tell them, like, be straight up with them. Communication is key, and a lot of people don't know how to communicate, and that's the problem with a lot of relationships. People don't know how to communicate, and that's why sometimes I feel like I just want to be alone. Like, I learned so much about myself when I'm alone, and a lot of people cannot be alone.
A lot of people can't.
I don't know why.
Now here's another thing too. I feel like people that jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, obviously people that can't be alone, but also that's a sign of insecurity as well, because I feel like you need somebody to make yourself feel good. You know what I'm saying? Am I right?
I definitely agree.
I mean, you need somebody. I mean, if you're gonna do that,
wine.
Huh?
Pass me the wine.
That's very rude.
Sorry. I need more.
Let's try this again. Okay, I just think that people that jump from relationship to relationship, to me, it's an insecurity because you need somebody to make yourself feel good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, my thing is, how can you get over somebody so quickly to be in another relationship? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, if you're jumping from relationship to relationship, how can you get over your previous relationship to get into another relationship? Like, I just don't get it. I mean, I am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Am I wrong? No, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, I don't get
like
that.
A lot of people don't.
I just think that's an insecurity.
A lot of people don't know how to be by themselves, and that's a problem because
they don't.
You won't know who you are until you actually stay by yourself for a little bit and learn about yourself. And if you're always in a relationship, it's like you don't really know who you are because you're so worried about the other person that you're not really thinking about yourself, and you're not really thinking about what you want, what you need, what you like. I mean, I feel like everybody should have a time in their life where they're by themselves.
Sometimes we need that.
We do. We need silence sometimes.
Sometimes we need a break. You know, sometimes that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
there are people who I know, like, who went to middle school together, they fell in love, and they've been together since.
Me too.
And now they're about to get married. Like, I know people like that.
And that's possible.
It is possible.
It's
very
possible.
Very rare. Especially nowadays in this generation. I feel like a lot of people are very heartless, very careless, very just irresponsible with their feelings. And
no, it's very possible.
And there's a lot of liars out there who... And you know what? I'm not even going to say liars. There's a lot of people who don't know what they want, and they string people along, and that's not right. I feel like if you don't know what you want, don't be so selfish to not have the other person decide what they want. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't tell somebody you're feeling them, have them in their feelings, and then you playing the single card. Like, oh, I'm single, so You know, like, don't do that. I feel like that's very disrespectful because it's like you're telling me you want this, you're telling me you want that, but really you don't know what you want. And I don't think that's fair.
No, it's not fair.
I think a lot of people in this generation are very. I feel like a lot of people in this generation are scared to be in love, so they put this wall up.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Why do you
feel
feel
like
that?
a lot of people, because like if you listen to music nowadays, a lot of the music is telling, like, is a lot of women talking about, oh, you know, F these guys, and you know, it's just like. I feel like nowadays it's like we don't want to open up with our feelings.
What, girls?
Both. I feel like guys they put a wall up. I feel like girls.
Well, I feel like so I feel like when it comes to guys, I feel like we kind of like most of us we kind of like have to be like tough all the time, which is how I am.
But like y'all have a soft side and y'all don't show it. Y'all don't like to show it.
I mean, yeah, we don't.
And it's like a lot of women, we're tired of showing our soft sides because it's like people take those soft sides and they take it as a weakness. So it's like now we gotta be tough. Like a lot of women, now we gotta be tough. We gotta show that we're not weak. And you know, it's like a tug of war,
right
type of thing. It's like, oh, the man is like, oh, I'm not gonna be tough, and the woman's like, I'm not gonna be tough. So it's like we're not getting anywhere as a generation. We're not getting anywhere because it's like we're just trying to be so tough.
Talking about you females.
I think both. I feel like nowadays women are trying to be tough.
But you know what? I get it.
I do too.
You know, I get it. Because, you know, like, I mean, you gotta give what these men are treating y'all.
I feel like, you know,
where do we live for that?
We're catching on, and we're, you know, we're treating men how men treat us, and it's not sitting very well with them.
With who?
With men.
Interesting. I feel like I feel like no, honestly, okay, this is what I feel like. Okay. I really feel like that when it comes to manipulations, I just think that people manipulate to get what they want. Sometimes. Do you agree?
I feel like manipulation is always to get what you want.
Not all the time.
So what do you think manipulation is for?
Sometimes it's just to get... Okay, well, I mean, I guess so. So you feel like it was... Okay, so if you feel like if you was in a relationship and you was being manipulated, you don't think like... Because here's the thing. Okay, so let's just say you was in a relationship, right? And the person was like doing his own thing on you, like cheating on you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like was like trying to manipulate just to see what you're doing. Like, you don't think like that's like a little like selfish?
Of course. I feel like manipulators are selfish, period.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like own up to what you're doing as well.
But
you
a
feel what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
people don't want to own up, and that's the problem. And that's
No,
why
people don't want to own up, but it's just like just own up to what you do as well. Like that's just how I feel. You know, that's just how it should be.
Manipulators act like they're the victim all the time, so it's like you can't really expect much from them.
Right.
I feel like we just have to know who we are as people. We have to be strong-minded, and we have to stick with what we say. And like me, I'm a very strong-minded person, so if I know something, if I'm not feeling something, I'm gonna let you know right then and there. And you can try as much as you can to try to manipulate me, but it's just not gonna work, because I know who I am. I know I'm a solid person. I know what I will and what I will not accept, and you can try as much as you want to try to change that, but you can't manipulate me out of my ideas and my thoughts. because that's just who I am, and I know who I am.
I mean, definitely, you know, but it's just the fact that of being a manipulator is a problem.
I mean, people are gonna be people.
People are going to be people.
We just gotta learn how to deal with them. That's just.
But that's disgusting, though.
It's the world that we're living in. We gotta deal with people. It is what it is.
I mean, we sure do.
And we can choose to deal with them. If we don't want to deal with somebody,
but sometimes we don't catch on to it.
And then sometimes we do, and we still go for that certain thing.
I mean, then we end up accepting who they are. You know what I'm saying?
And if you accept who somebody is, you can't get mad at them for who they are because you already accepted that. So you have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is. If you love somebody, you love somebody. You love them through their faults, and you're gonna love them through their flaws. And you can't change somebody. All you can do is pray for somebody, and that's just it. Like, we have to understand, people come with baggage, and we have to either deal with it or not deal with it. It's really our choice. And when we come to terms with being accepting, if we're gonna accept something, we have to accept it. We can't keep on.
I mean, I guess we do.
We can't keep on like coming at the person for what they're doing. We just have to either accept it or walk away. It's up to what we want. It's up to what we think we deserve. It's up to what we feel we can deal with. If you can deal with something, go right ahead. But if you know mentally you're not able to deal with it, you're not able to move on with it, then walk away.
Pretty much. Amen to that. Congratulations.
I think we should cheers.
I think we did. Yep, we did pretty good.
Job
we did pretty
today.
good. Yep.
Anything you want to leave the viewers off with?
Just don't forget my name is JussHollywood.
And just be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. And, you know, I mean, if you love somebody, go for it. If you want to work things out with somebody, go for it. You and that other person are the only people in this relationship.
That would know. You know, that
you have to go with your gut.
Go with your feelings.
And you have to just be faithful and hopeful and praise to God that whatever happens works for you both.
But, okay.
I'm ScreamGiggles, A.K.A Nothing But Jazz Eats, A.K.A Nothing But Jazz Catering. My first name is Jasmine.
And my name is Justin Rosa, but don't forget, call me JussHollywood because I won't answer you.
And we are
J Squared. Top of the
gonna leave you off with this.
Top of the evening.
Oh, evening. Sorry.
She fucked up.
Top of the evening. Alright, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. What? What?